Hello children, welcome back. In the previous class, we have discussed keywords and picture interaction in the second chapter, that is C.V. Raman, the Pride of India. In this video, let us discuss the story. A reading. On the busy Bow Bazaar street in Calcutta, there was an old building. The story was taken place in Calcutta and in a street called Bow Bazaar. It was the headquarters of the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. That old building in Bow Bazaar in Calcutta was the headquarters of the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. In December, on a fine evening in 1927, there was much excitement in one of its laboratories. In the headquarters, there are some laboratories, and one of its laboratories, there was an excitement. Let us see what was an excitement. Chandrasekhar Venkataraman was showing a visitor some of his instruments when a young man, K.S. Krishnan, rushed in and announced, Professor Campton has won the Nobel Prize. Here, Chandrasekhar Venkataraman. This is the full name of C.V. Raman. C means Chandrasekhar, V means Venkataraman, and R means Raman. C.V. Raman. And while he was showing his instruments to visitors, a person called K.S. Krishnan came to him with an hurry and said that Professor Campton had won the Nobel Prize. Raman was equally delighted. Excellent news, he said, smiling at the visitor, and then he was lost in thought. By listening these words, Raman was felt happy and he was delighted, and he said, excellent news, and he smiled at the visitor and doing his work. But look here, Krishna, he said, turning to the young man. If this Campton effect is true of X-rays, it must be true of light too. Again, he turned back to the K.S. Krishnan and saying, Krishnan, to understand this, let us know about the Campton effect first. So, Campton effect is saying that the nature of X-rays changes when it passes through a matter. And Raman is also working on light. So he is thinking that there is a comparison between the X-rays and lights. So if the Campton effect is true, if the Campton effect got Nobel Prize, so he is thinking, is a experiment called light is also in the same manner will get the Nobel Prize, and it is also true. A few years earlier, H. Campton had shown that the nature of X-rays changes when passed through matter. Few years later, before A.H. Campton. Actually, the Campton full name is A.H. Campton. A.H. Campton had shown that the nature of X-rays changes when passed through the matter. This is the experiment he has done on X-rays, and that is nature of X-rays changes. The nature of X-rays changes when it passes through the matter. Matter means object. When it goes through the matter, the nature of the X-rays will change. and the change was dependent on the kind of matter. Yes, the changes is vary from matter to matter. It means from object to object. Okay, this effect was called Campton effect. Yeah, this nature of X-rays is called a Campton effect. Could light also change in nature when passed through a transparent medium? Yeah, he is thinking. Raman is thinking. Could light also change its nature when passed through a transparent medium? Yes, he is thinking. He is asking this question to himself. He is thinking over it. That was the question that asked Raman himself. For 5 years, he had been doing research in optics. Yeah, he is doing research on optics. Optics means the study of science or the study of light. Okay, or the science of light. He has been doing experiment on the science of light for 5 years. No sophisticated equipment was available in his laboratory, but Raman was confident that he could find the answer with some modifications in his equipments. Yeah. Even though he did not have sophisticated materials. Sophisticated means uh, advanced material or modern material or modern equipments. Okay, but he has a confidence that he can find the answer with the material which he has, and he wants to do some modifications in it. By doing modifications he wants to find the answer. Yeah, he has the confidence on his experiment, and he has done. 4 months later, on March 16, 1928, Raman announced his discovery of new radiation. After 4 months, on the 16th March 1928, Raman announced his discovery of new radiation. And this discovery of new radiation describes the behavior of beam of light passing through a liquid chemical. This new radiation describes the behavior of beam. Beam means X-rays, X-rays of lights. Okay, rays of lights passing through a liquid chemical to an assembly of scientists at Bangalore, now called Bangalore. Okay, he is explaining or is announcing about his experiment called a new radiation to an assembly of scientists. So he is explaining to them. An assembly of scientists means group of scientists. Where is it? It is in Bangalore. The world hailed in the discovery as Raman effect. The world hailed the discovery as the Raman effect for scientific research in the country. They welcomed this discovery, and they accepted this discovery as the Raman effect, and they used it for their scientific researches in their countries. It was the red letter day. Here, this red letter day is an idiom. It means an important day. Red letter day means it's an idiom. You might have come across these words in your sixth class also. It was the red letter day, so it was an important day. His discovery caught the attention of the world. With equipment worth oddly 200 and limited facilities, Raman was able to make a discovery which won him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. Yeah, his discovery grabbed the attention of the world. The discovery brings the sight of all the world, and he attracted all the world, and that was the great thing because he did not have a proper equipment or modern equipment. He has the equipment with worth only 200 rupees and limited facilities. Nowadays we have so many facilities. It means internet facility, um, different types of facilities we have. But in olden days, in the year 1930 or 1927, there was no much facilities like internet or electricity facilities, and there was no. But even though there was no facilities he had, but he won the um, prize, Nobel Prize, and he discovered the new uh, Raman effect. Okay, Raman was able to make a discovery which won him the Nobel Prize in physics in 1930. Yeah, this Raman effect won him Nobel Prize in the year 1930. Let's discuss about the remaining part in the next video.